What's up, everybody? DJ Bucky here with Move the Sticks. And Buck, I've got a new mock draft.
Oh, I know how much you love doing.
Love them. I can't get enough, man.
That's right. Every week you should do one.
No, this might be this could be the this could be the last mock draft I ever do. So you're gonna really want to pay attention to this video because this is it. This could be it. This could be all she wrote. Or I'll do one next week. Buck, let's roll through my picks here quickly, and then I want to come away, give you 5 big takeaways, 5 big changes that I've had. You see here picks 1 through 10. Still have Laramie Tunsil there at the very top. A new name there at the bottom in the Laquan Treadwell, which we will get to in a moment. And so you can take a look there. Anything stand out to you, Buck?
Well, let's see.
Be nice.
I like Ezekiel Elliott, number 8. I think that's a great pick. Laquan Treadwell, I'm a little surprised that you're gonna have him.
Hold up. I'm gonna get to that. Let's roll through the rest. Let's see picks 11 through 20. What we got here? Carson Wentz.
That is an
interesting one, and he slides down. The Chicago Bears scoop him up in this scenario. We've got kind of going down there. Kevin Dodd, they get a defensive end there. And Detroit, I know they're looking for a defensive tackle, but they can get one a little bit later. You see the rest of the names there. Leonard Floyd, we will touch on him more in just a minute. And then picks 21 through 26, Buck, we see a little bit of a run there, wide receivers and corners.
Yeah, the skill guys typically go at the bottom of the first round. In this year's draft in particular, that's where you see those guys go.
All right, let's roll the last little bit here, 27 through 31. And there you have it there. Andrew Billings going to Green Bay. And then at the very bottom there, Chris Jones going to the Denver Broncos, a team that has got some holes to fill after free agency, Buck. So here are the guys I want to settle in on here. Five big changes to the mock draft. Again, this could be it. This could be the last one I ever do.
It won't be the last one.
It won't. All right. Browns at number 2 is kind of a
I was saving that one. Jalen Ramsey going number 2
Yeah.
to the Cleveland Browns. No quarterback.
No.
The Cleveland Browns haven't had a quarterback in 2 decades, but you're going to say that Jalen Ramsey is the guy. Is that based upon maybe they make the move to get Colin Kaepernick? Why is Jalen Ramsey the number 2 overall?
Well, yeah, they got to have somebody to play the position.
Yeah.
So this is under the assumption that they go ahead and get one of these veterans. And you hear that Colin Kaepernick's name mentioned a lot with them. And then you heard reports that they were pursuing some other guys previously in free agency. So it made me kind of wonder, wait a second. Either they think these guys coming in aren't ready to play right away, which I could see that, or they're just not all that enamored with these guys at the top of the draft and they could wait a little bit later. As you're doing these mock drafts, it's different scenarios. In this one, they just say, hey, we are not a good football team. We're going to be picking back up here again next year. Let's just take a sure thing good football player. That's what we need on our football team right now. Give us some good core group players to build around. And you make the strong case, and I know you've made it, that Jalen Ramsey might be the best player in the draft.
I mean, no disputing where his value lies. I believe he is the best player in the draft. He can do everything. I don't know how much of an impact he will make right away on Cleveland based on what they don't have around him, but the talent is there, and what he's going to bring to the table certainly merits that he should be in consideration as a top 2, maybe even the second pick where you have him placed in that mock draft.
All right, let's go through a couple other points here. Ezekiel Elliott, I had him going to the Philadelphia Eagles at number 8. They move from 13 to 8. They get their back of the future here in Ezekiel Elliott. You've got Sam Bradford locked up. Now you got an explosive player behind him. They need to find a little more explosiveness in the receiver position. Maybe a little bit later on in the draft, take a shot on somebody in the middle rounds. But man, it'd be tough to pass up a stud like this when you have a need the position.
When they have been good, they've always had a guy that can impact the game not only as a running receiver, going all the way back to the days of Deuce Staley, Brian Westbrook, someone that can affect the game in a couple different aspects. Ezekiel Elliott certainly can do that. There we see him catching the ball very naturally and smoothly at his pro day. He is an impact player. He would really help that offense get back on track.
All right, speaking of explosive players, the Rams, another team that I had taken a quarterback for a long time, I have them going in a different direction, taking Corey Coleman, the wide receiver from Baylor, getting another explosive weapon out there. You've got Todd Gurley, who's going to be your workhorse running back going forward. We've seen Tavon Austin get a little bit more involved last year. Now you get another guy in Corey Coleman. It's going to make it easier for whoever you insert at that position. You know, we've got Case Keenum, right?
We have Case Keenum as the quarterback.
Right, but
Case Keenum is the quarterback.
Maybe they say, okay, the difference between the third guy, who I view as Paxton Lynch, and maybe that next group of guys that could get in the next round, maybe they don't feel like that's that big of a gap. They go ahead and go in a different direction from quarterback in round 1.
Well, I mean, Corey Coleman would certainly enhance their wide receiver core, would give them the speed to alleviate some of the pressure on Tavon Austin to always create the big plays. talk about a guy with an arm like Case Keenum who may not be able to stretch the field completely. The fact that he is a catch-and-run threat, a guy that can take those now screens, those hitches, those slants, and turn them into big plays, it really masks some of the deficiencies that you currently have with the guy that you have in place at quarterback.
All right, next one here. Jets go Leonard Floyd out of Georgia. Give him an edge rusher. We've got
They need an edge rusher.
They got the big-time guys inside. How about get him somebody off the edge, a real fastball, who's going to get singled up. When you got that front that they've got, you coming off the edge, you're going to be singled up one-on-one, and Floyd can beat you with pure speed off the edge. Also has a nice little inside counter. I thought played out of position when they had him at inside linebacker for a good chunk of the season. He belongs kind of as a Sam out there on the edge, and I think he'd be a good fit for the Jets.
I like you as a guy. I don't like this pick. I think he's so light. He's so light. I don't know if
244.
I don't know if he can stack up and be a physical presence on the edge. I know they need a pass rusher, but I'm not necessarily convinced that he is a dynamic pass rusher. I see a lot of activity. I don't see a lot of production. I like more. They also drafted the guy last year, Lorenzo Mauldin from Louisville. He kind of plays that role. I don't know if they're ready to move him out.
This dude's got more explosiveness in his pinky than Lorenzo Mauldin.
Yeah, he doesn't have the production, though.
It's hard to get production when you're playing middle linebacker.
I saw Berkavis Mingo have the same kind of stuff. They look good. I just don't know.
He's got more strength. He's got more strength than Mingo. I like Floyd. It'll be interesting to see where he ends up going. He's very polarizing, though. This discussion's taking place in draft rooms. Last one here, Paxton Lynch. I had him dropping all the way down to 29. The Arizona Cardinals, though, Carson Palmer, how much longer is he going to play? They need a next guy, and I think Paxton Lynch would be a good situation for him.
Look, they've shown the willingness to kick the tires on prospects who have some flaws. They did it with Logan Thomas. It didn't work out for them. Paxton Lynch could be a guy. Vertical offense. He has a strong arm, can push the ball down the field, needs some seasoning. This would be a great place for him because Bruce Arians does a great job with quarterbacks. Carson Palmer's there, so it's not the pressure to rush him onto the field. And it does give them the successor. The next guy in line, maybe it's 2-3 years. We saw the situation work out with Brock Osweiler. Maybe they take a similar blueprint, a similar game plan, and they yield similar results.
All right, so that's it. That's my latest mock draft. Those are 5 big takeaways. For what you like, what you don't like, go ahead and leave a comment down below. I won't be reading it, but it'll be good conversations you guys have amongst yourself. It gets kind of nasty on those comments, Buck.
It does.
Let's just be nice. Let's all be friends here. This is Move the Sticks, DJ Bucky. We'll catch you next time.